This place is fast, vibrant, a bit strange, and full of surprises.
Run, Aisling, run!
Kind of freaking me out. Oh my god!
We've made our way from iconic landmarks to hidden gems, and we've jumped head first into everything this country has thrown at us. If you're looking for mind-blowing food, unexpected encounters, smooth high-speed trains, and the occasional travel hiccup, don't make our mistake, then this is a country you need to visit. And this video is going to help you prepare for just that.
Wow.
We're going to show you the unfiltered truth from a traveller's perspective about exploring one of the world's most fascinating and misunderstood countries. So grab yourself a cuppa because this adventure is going to blow your socks off. This is the story of our journey across one of the world's largest countries and what we believe to be the best 3-week itinerary here in China. We're starting this pretty bonkers adventure in China's capital city of Beijing, and it only felt right to start off mission in the city's most treasured location, which is the Forbidden City. Wow.
Brilliant.
Oh my god, the
and with
colours.
the blue sky in the background too, it's just beautiful.
It's a proper picturesque image, isn't it?
We booked all of our tickets online for the Temple of Heaven and for the Forbidden City. We got them all on this website, so I'll put it here and put it down in the description so you can find it. But what you do is you actually reserve a ticket. The tickets don't actually go on sale until 1 week before the date that you want to go. So you go on, you reserve a ticket, and fingers crossed you get it. Most people do. I think they have a big capacity inside. So just make sure to do it as soon as you can, probably 2 or 3 weeks prior.
And as Aisling said, your actual ticket to get into the Forbidden City isn't a real life ticket or a QR code. Your ticket is your ID. If you're a foreigner like us, you bring your passport with you, and your passport number when you register for the tickets online is what you use to get in. Aisling got straight through there. She scanned hers and got in. I had a few more issues. I had to go through 4 different people in order to get mine in, but we have made it. We are in. And it is busy.
So after we got through the gate, there was an option to get an audio guide for only 40 yuan. So we decided to get one because Owen is the history buff and he will be my tour guide. So he is listening along and then he'll fill me in a few moments. But almost everybody has an audio guide. So it's one of those places you kind of want to learn what everything is, learn a little bit while you're here. So Owen's going to do that.
For anyone that's unfamiliar with what the Forbidden City actually is, it's an ancient palace complex in the heart of Beijing that once served as the home for Chinese emperors for nearly 500 years. In its time, the vast imperial city was off limits to common people, hence the name the Forbidden City. With over 900 buildings and 9,000 rooms, it's a stunning example of traditional Chinese architecture, and it's a fascinating insight into the power of China's imperial past.
Okay, time for some fun tour guide on information. The Forbidden City is surrounded by a 52-metre moat and a 10-metre high wall. It's a completely walled-in area. It was split up into 2 sections originally, an inner court and an outer court. And then in some time in the mid-1900s, I believe, there's a lot of information going on in my ear here, the 2 areas were then combined to create the Palace Museum, which it is now known as today. So it was actually 2 individual areas. But wow, the place is huge. It's way bigger than I expected it to be. All of the buildings, the structures, they are just incredibly massive in size. The colour is popping out of all of it. It's so vibrant. It is lovely. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked by the whole thing. I've just learned here as well, there's over 1 million cultural relics right here inside the grounds of the Palace Museum as well.
Don't laugh at me. It's a hot day. And I'm not the only one with an umbrella. It's literally Umbrella City. It's the Forbidden City filled with umbrellas because everybody is absolutely dying. And he's just jealous.
And she is not joking, literally all around it is just umbrellas everywhere. Sunbrellas. Not umbrellas because it's not raining. But it's so funny to see. And this morning when we were walking around the city, around the streets, everywhere, it's just umbrella. And you have to be careful as well. People are dangerous with an umbrella. They are weapons out here.
If you have an umbrella, you have a responsibility not to take someone's eye out.
And I hope if anybody out there walks around with an umbrella and you're listening to this, it is your responsibility to watch other people as well. Be careful. So many times today we have literally got poked or had to dodge umbrellas, people popping them up and just not looking around them, or swinging around and they just don't care who's there, and it's dangerous.
You know what it is? I know whenever I get under mine, I kind of forget. I'm in my own little world. It's my own little bubble.
You have to remember, there's other people there too. Be careful. Yeah, it is bonkers.
We have now made it down to the Imperial Garden, which is basically at the very end of the tour. So you start down at the north gate and you make your way up to the south gate. It's a total of 1 kilometre in length, and then I think just over 700 metres from the east gate to the west gate. But in here is beautiful. There's so many different trees. There's loads of things to check out. The flowers are beautiful.
Whew, that is us finished up in the Forbidden City. We've just come out, and honestly the heat has absolutely beat us. It's too much, man. It's like 32 degrees here at the moment, and I can see it's too much for a lot of people. But what's super fun is now that we've come out through this gate, right in front of us, we can see up here at the top of the hill, there's a wee shrine looking area, and this is the Jingshan Park. If you want the best panoramic views of the Forbidden City, then this is the place you want to go to. It's a short but steep hike to the top viewpoint, but it's definitely worth your while. You also want to make sure you come here during the day. The park does open until late in the evening, and the first time we came here, we thought it would be a great idea to come and visit once the sun went down and the lights came on in the Forbidden City. However, that just wasn't the case. It turns out that once the Forbidden City closes its gates in the evening, the whole area goes into darkness, and you can see pretty much bugger all from this viewpoint. The park itself is lovely, and it's a great spot to come and catch some local retirees doing some Tai Chi or belting out some Chinese opera. After the Forbidden City, the next most iconic spot in Beijing is probably the Temple of Heaven, which you really should see for yourself if you're visiting the city.
Everybody is trying to get into the same area, and it is literally crazy. It is mental, but it's quite contained. Nobody's pushing and shoving. Everyone's just nicely going with it, which is always a great added bonus. We've since realised that the queue is moving so slow in this section because we have to scan our QR codes again to get into the main area here, and it has been clammy waiting here, but the breeze is coming through.
This is so warm.
So hot, but we can get a quick glimpse of the main section here, and it looks incredible.
I'll tell you something, I'm glad to be out of that like tunnel of people and into a bit of fresh air. But wow.
The Temple of Heaven is a complex of religious buildings where Chinese emperors once prayed for good harvests, and it's become one of the most recognisable images within Beijing, as well as being honoured as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Symbolising the relationship between heaven and earth, the most iconic structure here is this architectural masterpiece, the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvest. It's a stunning circular building with a triple gabled roof, entirely made out of wood without a single nail. And yes, it really is as impressive in person as you'd imagine. Coming here, we did think it was going to feel like we stepped back into the spirituality of ancient China. However, with these crowds and the amount of photo shoots going on, it was a slightly different atmosphere.
Beijing is oozing with food and great smells.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh!
But there's one dish in particular that the city is very well known for, and that's its Peking duck.
So we're going to run you through the whole process of what it is to get the Peking duck here in Beijing, because before we came, we thought it was duck served with just a bed of rice, but we were so wrong. It's actually duck served with pancakes, and then you have a tray of stuff. So we have our hoisin sauce, cucumber, scallion, I'm gonna say ginger, sugar, don't know. I have tried looking it up and I just don't know what these are. So if you know what this one is, it's like a pinkish, maybe relish. Then this one's obviously quite dark in colour, quite brown. And then we have this, which, clueless, absolutely clueless. We're gonna get to it and start making up our first pancake.
So it was very funny. The woman that served us clearly thought that we had no idea what we were doing. Well, to be honest, we didn't. And she came over and had like on her translator, like you take like pancake first, and then you take 2 pieces of meat, 1 piece of cucumber and extra toppings. Then you roll it up from the left to right, and then you eat.
And the meat is also served with its skin on, and it looks so good. It's a crispy outside, let me just show you. A crispy outside, but just look at that juice on the inside.
And once you're all rolled, you are ready to rock. A wee bit of hoisin, maybe too much hoisin, but I like hoisin. Wow, the pancake's like quite chewy in a sense, but in a nice way. It's like quite sweet. The duck is juicy. Like that is nice. It is also piping hot. Cucumber gives it a lovely wee crunch and a bit of texture. As Ashton said, we've had duck pancakes many a time at home, but these are really nice, and to have them here in Beijing, it just feels only right.
And before we left Beijing, there was one other thing that we just had to go and check out, because after all,
a trip to China wouldn't be complete without visiting the Great Wall, something I have been dying to do for a long time. It's a famous worldwide structure and probably one of the most impressive man-made structures in the entire planet. So we've come today to see it for ourselves. Whoa, we've just come through the first big archway, and as you can see, the wind is heavy and strong here. It picks up when you're going through there. So we need to get tickets before we actually go in and enter the wall itself, so that's the first stop. Okay, so we have got our tickets and we have just scanned through. They were 40 yuan each for an adult standard ticket, which actually isn't too bad at all. The wall does close today, however, at 5:30, so we've only got about 3 hours or so to walk as much of this giant thing as possible. There we go, our first steps on the Great Wall of China. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, that seems mad. The Great Wall is something that nearly everybody in the world knows about. Something I've known about, wanted to come and see for so many years, and it feels incredible to be here. The start of the many steps too. So many people everywhere, this is nuts. Just big tour groups. Lots of older people making the walk as well. Fair play to them because it is steep. Everybody waving away. We're making friends actually. This guy wants a photo. What's your name?
My name is Xian.
Nice to meet you. My name is Owen. Nice to meet you. Okay, we'll smile. Where's the camera? Hello. All these random people are now taking videos and photos of us as well. Hilarious this. Where's the actual photographer? There she is. There she is.
Owen's the local celebrity right now.
Hello.
Everybody.
等一下，你等一下，你们可以一起拍啊，一起。Hello， Hello， 美。Hello， 美。
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
你看赵楠这一结了，你们要。
I need to stay there. Oh my god!
That was a lot, oh my god, we just got so many photographs. That was literally just a complete bombardment.
Oh my god, it started off that Owen was basically Brad Pitt or something.
Yeah.
They didn't want a bit of me.
I don't know if they thought I was like some celebrity,
Well,
some
they think
model.
you were very cool.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I don't feel like
cool.
I am very cool today in my like bad attire, but I'll take it. I think I've learned our lesson though. No more photos. No more photos.
They were literally hanging off my arms.
There's loads of different sections of the wall you can come to visit, and we've chose to come to Guilin today, which is the closest to Beijing, and that was a big part of the reason why we decided to choose this one. You can get the fast bullet train straight here. It takes 20 minutes from Beijing. It's super quick, super handy, and very cheap, whereas some of the other locations are a wee more difficult to get to, quite a bit farther out from Beijing as well. This is also the most popular and touristy part, as you can probably tell. There is just squads of people everywhere, no matter what direction I look. You can see down both sides of the wall here, and at the distance I can just see floods of people. And to be honest, it is ruining it a wee bit, because you can't just get a good stretch of walking. There's just people every road and direction that you're bumping into. A lot of people are just stopped dead just to take a rest, to get pictures, take videos, whatever it is. And I wanted to get a good big walk in the day. But the wall is beyond impressive. Beyond impressive. It is crazy in size. This is also the most reconstructed and preserved bit of the wall. So I think the wall in total is just over 13,000 miles long, and there's only about 8% of that is actually still in like really good condition and that has been preserved. And it was in the late 70s that the government here actually decided to preserve this bit of the wall mainly for tourism purposes, and it's been open for tours, for day trips, and for the public to come and visit ever since. And that's also why this is partially the most popular place that people come to visit when they want to see the Great Wall of China.
And with that, the Beijing section of our China adventure comes to an end, which means it's now time to move on to our next major city.
Hello and good morning from the beautiful city of Hangzhou here in China. We arrived yesterday and we checked out a lot of the main attractions around the city centre. What we haven't really explored yet is the #1 most iconic image in the city, and that's the West Lake that you can see literally right over here behind me. It is so iconic and it's stunningly beautiful. Today we're going to go hop on a boat ride and we're going to go explore lots of the lake, some of the pagodas, the bridges and the stunning scenic gardens around the lake itself. So for now, let's go get a boat.
So the boats all seem to go from this lovely promenade area that you can see right here. It's right beside the shopping district and the pedestrian area, and you have loads of different options of what boat you would like to go on. There seems to be a bigger, it almost looks like a houseboat. It's very traditional Chinese architecture. It's really beautiful, and we think this is the public boat. Then you also have little rowboats. You have boats that people can take you out and you can just sit back and relax. There even looks like there's a big cruiser out in the water as well. So we're gonna go and check out what boats there are, what prices they are, and what is in a reasonable budget for today.
Yes, for 2 people. Okay, so we have bought ourselves a boat ticket, and the main reason we wanted to go on a boat today is #1 because it's like the main and most popular thing to do here, and the lake's beautiful to go for a wee sail across. But right in the middle of the West Lake there's a wee small island, and it's the most popular location to check out here. It's called the Three Pools Marrying the Moon, and that's like the main thing on the island to see, and it's meant to be just stunningly beautiful. But the only way to get there is obviously by getting a boat, so that's what we're going to do now. The ticket counter sign that I was reading said that like you could get the boat to the island, disembark there, walk around by yourself and spend as much time as you want exploring, and then go to other destinations on the way back. However, I'm not sure if that is the case. I tried asking the lady when I bought it, and she basically was saying that you go there and then you come back. So I don't know if we're able to go to like multiple destinations after or just the one. We're gonna have to just wait and see and kind of take it as it goes. But we have a ticket, that's a positive start, and we're going to an island, we're going on a boat.
And we are taking off. We are now on the boat. It has rammed up with people, and I am currently inside in the air-conditioned room, and it is lovely. The boat itself is really, really aesthetically pleasing. This only costs 70 yuan per person, so it's really, really affordable as well. But if you want to be outside and take in the beauty of the lake as we drive, or drive by. I think that's the word whenever you're on a boat. But if you want to be outside, you can. There's a lovely wee walkway outside, and that's where Owen is currently, whereas I am in here enjoying all of the aircon while I have it. I've decided to come outside and join Owen, and he is talking to everybody.
Making loads of friends out here.
There's something just so pleasing about the wooden architecture that there is in China. The design's always so intricate, so interesting.
I feel like we also got lucky that we're on this boat, because some of the other boats we were looking at weren't as like aesthetically pleasing. Some of them were quite basic. This one, as Ashley said, is beautiful. It's got a wee pop of colour the whole way down through it. The designs are wicked as well. And it's going at a lovely like slow pace, but it's also quick enough that I'm getting like a nice breeze coming at me, because it is boiling, if you can't tell already.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
It Tell you what, something else that's really impressed me about Hangzhou is the city skyline. It is so cool. It's really impressive. We can see it like coming right in behind us here at the back end of the lake where we've just come from. It's just packed filled with loads of mega skyscrapers. And like whenever we were looking up the city before coming here originally, that was something I was really excited to see, because there's just something about these mega Chinese cities and the way they're all just built up that's just, it's absolutely wicked. I don't even know how to describe it. They're just so big.
This one's different though, because especially from this lake side, you're getting a full layer of just tree and forest, and then the skyline above that.
And then you can see out over all the mountains and all the way at the distance over here as well. So it's a real contrast of like beautiful nature and then lovely modern city with a bit of like old authentic Chinese city mixed in there as well.
Oh my goodness.
Bless you. Okay, so we have arrived at the island, and that was a much quicker journey than I thought. I would say it took us maybe 15 minutes, and we're here, and the island looks way bigger than I actually imagined it to be. So let's go exploring now.
Oh, this looks beautiful. I feel like I'm going into the middle of a forest.
I know, it's very cute. Apart from all the loudspeakers going, but it's very cute.
So here on the island, there's actually quite a few different things to check out. And the first thing that we are coming towards right now are the 3 stone pagodas, which is actually the image that you'll see if you have a 1 yuan note, which I don't have right now to show you, but we've seen loads of kids walking around with the 1 yuan note, and they're all holding it up to the maps and to this area right in front of us. And it is just over here.
Traveling around China is an incredible experience, from the food to the culture to the history. But if you didn't know, accessing a lot of the usual apps you would use on the daily isn't that straightforward when you're in China. YouTube, Google, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of these are inaccessible from within the country, unless you have the right tool to get around that. So let me introduce you to Let's VPN, a quick and simple tool that is always there when you need it. If you're like us and you need to stay connected, whether it's for doing emails, booking tickets, or posting your adventures online, this is how you can always stay connected. Once you've downloaded and signed up to the app, all you have to do is open it up on your phone. You'll get this big red button which you then need to tap, and with a quick 3, 2, 1 countdown, boom! Just like that, you are connected. No hassle, no complicated settings, it's just tap, go. It is literally that simple. Seriously, it takes seconds. With a quick 1 tap, you're able to access everything from back home with no interruptions. Gmail, YouTube, Instagram, it is all at your fingertips. And the best part is the connection is stable. No lag whenever you're booking tickets, no buffering whenever you're watching your favorite shows on Netflix, and you can easily stay connected with friends and family back home during your trip. It's just smooth, reliable browsing anywhere, anytime. So if you're traveling to China and want to make sure you stay connected during your next trip, then make sure to check out Let's VPN using the link in the description box of this video below, and remember to always connect. And just like that, we are back on mainland. The whole loop trail around the lake is beautifully passed the whole way like this here. It makes it super accessible to everybody, and it's really popular to cycle or walk around it. We were looking at the bikes. There's loads of city bikes everywhere you can rent, but we're not actually able to get on to rent the city bikes. You have to download an app, and you need a Chinese mobile number, a local number to do it, which we don't have. We're currently using an eSIM, so we're unfortunately unable to get the bikes. But we're going to walk bits of it. It's a 7-mile long loop, so we're obviously not going to do the whole thing because it's quite a jaunt, but I can totally see why this has been such an inspiration for so many painters and poets throughout Chinese history. It's just lovely, and obviously everybody else thinks the same. The place is super crowded, and it is a really popular spot for people to come from all over China to visit. As we said at the start of the video, it's a really iconic image and area.
And we are now finished over at the West Lake, and we are heading to a market that is very close by. It's called the Guilin Night Market, and we believe this is actually going to be our first ever proper night market here in China. We've been to like foodie streets, but never an actual market, so I'm really excited for this one. But the rain is on, however, so the umbrellas are going to have to come out. Come here.
Keep them dry under here. She's running away. I can't keep up with her.
And this market was literally like 300 meters from the bridge, the broken bridge area. Maybe a little bit more, maybe about 500 meters.
It was more than that again.
It wasn't far is what I'm getting at. But clearly we're not the only people with this idea. Everyone is flooding out from the lake area to the market.
It is dinner time after all.
Yes, I am hungry. Oh, this is wicked.
This is really good. I've never been to or seen a market that has so much like shelter for whenever it rains. It's fantastic. Really good.
All of the market kind of roofs the whole way down here seem like they're quite a permanent structure. And they were literally back there like 3 tents wide, and then you had all of the food on either side, all of the stores. So it was so good for whenever it rains. Makes me think that it rains a lot here in the evening time, but it's brilliant. Usually when you go to these kind of markets, woo, you just have to get wet, don't you? And as if we didn't have enough choice outside, we have all of this indoors.
Food and more food.
Goodness on every corner.
I don't even know where to begin.
So much going on. So many skewer places. Look at them. They look so good.
Yes, yes, yes.
Holy smokes.
Holy sizzling indeed. So, we have went for a couple of sizzling pots this evening. We went for one chicken sizzler that is stuffed full of orange? Sorry, my head's away. I just got like an orange like tin of juice there. Stuffed full of peppers and onions and loads of different spices and chili, topped up with some sesame seed. And then this one is actually bullfrog, which I'm super excited to try. I've only ever had frog once in my life before, and it was really, really tasty and juicy. So we're going to give it another whack this evening.
And then we've also paired it with some steamed rice and a cucumber. A cucumber salad, which looks really tasty. And all of this was only 68 yuan as well.
So we're gonna go with the frog first, I think. It looks like there's quite a bit of bone in it, and it looks like there's also maybe like slices of potato like sizzling through this. Let's go. I don't know if there's bone in this piece or not, but oh, there definitely. We're gonna come back to this in a minute. It's very hot. Okay, we've let the frog sit for a wee minute, but I'm too keen to get stuck in it, to be honest with you. I'm just dying to try it, so here we go. It's just a lovely tender white meat. It's like chicken, only maybe even lighter again. It's really nice. However, my issue with frog, and this was the same issue I had the last time I tried it, there's little to no meat on it. It's so much bone and like not that much meat at all. Like look, this is clearly a leg of some sort of the frog, and like I can see a wee bit of meat on it. Yeah, look, there's his knee joint. But like all the meat that's on it, it's not even worth talking about. The flavours, however, are really good, and you can tell it's just been cooked in loads of juice, and it's just like been simmering away for a long time. And I do really like it, but it's slightly more effort than it's worth in my opinion.
We have one more location that we want to check out before we call it quits today, and to do that we're going to have to jump on the metro and head across to the other side of the city.
And just like that, we have made it over to the other side of the city. And the reason we wanted to come over here, and the reason we left this to our last activity today, is because the area is packed filled with loads of mega skyscrapers that all completely illuminate the sky come dark. And there's a few we wanted to see in particular, starting with this one that is right behind me. This mega apartment block is home to nearly 30,000 people. 30,000 people are living inside this. It was built for 4,000 people originally, but it's just grew and grew and grew in population over the years. And I was reading loads into it earlier because there's something very unique and specific about this building in particular. It's actually home to a lot of live streamers, content creators, and lots of people that do social media for a job and make an absolute bank doing it. This building, according to what I read, I don't know if I believe it or not, but supposedly generates around 1 billion USD per month in just people streaming and doing all of their different social media creation. I have no idea if that's actually true or if it's a fact. I read a few things that stated this, so I'm just going off what I read online, and if that is true, that is bonkers. But this place is just I can't believe there's that many people living in it. We went to visit the Monster Building in Hong Kong about a year ago, and I believe it is something like 8,000 people living in it, 8,000 residents. This is just on a whole other level. Next up, we're heading on a short 2-hour journey to China's biggest city and the global financial hub, and that is Shanghai. And we're starting off in the People's Park, which is this beautiful green space right in the city centre that we're in at the moment. And we've come here for one very interesting and unique reason. Every weekend, right in the park here, there is a marriage market that takes place. And yes, you heard that correctly, a marriage market. It's a place where parents and grandparents come to try and find a match for their children, and it's done in a very unique way that I haven't seen anywhere else in the world. So we're going to go and see that for ourselves, learn a wee bit more about the market, and hopefully share that information with you. And you never know, I might even get myself a wife. Let's go.
So to give you a little bit more context, basically all of the parents and grandparents come here on the weekends to try and find their children, their grandchildren, a match. They are trying to find someone to marry off their children to or their grandchildren, and they all have their little pages in front of them with some information, and people come, they walk around, they read them, and they try to find the best match for their person, I guess. It's not very often though that you find any young people coming here. It's always the parents or the grandparents that are coming to do the searching, I guess, if that's the way you want to put it. It is so interesting to walk through the park here and just see everything that's going on. Obviously all of the signs are in Mandarin, so we can't actually read what's happening. We've had a few cheeky wee Google Translates, and it says on the signs whether the person is like female, male. It'll include their age, their zodiac sign. It'll also include things like their occupation, their income status, like how they are financially. But it's funny that it doesn't include anything about the person's interests or hobbies. This is something that the parents and grandparents don't look for. It's more about like stability. And obviously there are a lot of things that go into it. It's very statistical. I don't know what the outcome of it is, like how successful it is, but it is very interesting and quite cute as well. I don't know whether that's because we're in the park setting, it's a lovely morning, but it is very, very different and very interesting. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
We want to see a lot more of this incredible mega city today, and we have a lot of plans, so we're going to hop on the metro now and head the other direction across the city and see a completely different area. The metro here in Shanghai is unreal. It goes literally all over the city. It's so easy to operate and use. All the signs are in English, all the announcements are also in English and Mandarin. We picked up these this morning. It's a 3-day pass. It cost us £4.50 roughly sterling each, and that's all of our transport sorted for the next few days.
We are going to make our way to our next stop, which is the old street here in Shanghai. So that was an extremely short walk to get from the metro to here, and now we are officially in the Old Street area, and there is a lot going on here. We weren't here too long before a Chinese lady actually came over to me who spoke really, really good English, and she was telling me that this area was actually only built like 40 to 50 years ago, and it was made as like a tourist attraction to get people in. There's loads of souvenir shops, there's loads of different food places, but the center point that we're in right now is so beautiful. The architecture is amazing. Even though it mightn't be that old, it is really, really nice to look at.
Around the Old Street area, there's also a number of temples you can visit. We opted to see the City God Temple, or also known as the Temple of the City Gods, which is one of the most commonly visited temples here in the city. We even read online that there's an old saying in Shanghai, one who fails to reach the temple never reaches Shanghai. This is a temple of Taoism and enshrines 3 town gods, and it was built to protect the safety of the people in the city, with these 3 gods being regarded as patron saints in Taoism. Every day, thousands of people visit the temple to pray, and tourists like us come to get a better understanding of Taoism and to experience the beauty and tranquility that emerges from the temple. But after a bit of walking around, window shopping and people watching, we decided to make a move. So we just hopped on the metro and came across the river to the financial district here in Shanghai, and we've popped right out underneath the Oriental Tower, and it is incredible looking. Like, look at this. Not this is just a pillar, but this one. It's nuts.
We seen it from across the river the other night, but it looks insane up close.
It's like a full alien spaceship nearly. It's so cool. It's loads of pink kind of glass windows around the side. It's so super tall. It is just straight up. Oh my days. And thankfully the sun's coming out as well. The skies are blue now, so it's a much nicer day.
It's still pretty chilly though.
It is. It's still pretty cold. As you can see, Ashlyn's got to get her coat on. It's a wee bit chilly, but it is beautiful, and I am blown away by this tower. We have seen a lot of very impressive buildings, architecture and towers throughout all of Asia, but I think this is the most unique by a long shot.
A rocket.
It does. It literally looks like a rocket. It is stunning. Wow.
I do love that it has a pop color.
Wow.
So we were feeling a little bit peckish, so we have come into Yang's Dumplings, which is meant to be a really, really popular chain. And the crowd is crazy. The queue is literally out the door. I'm not exactly sure what Owen has ordered, but he is just waiting for them to be made up. We haven't actually went for dumplings. We have went for the pan-fried buns because we're obsessed. So we will have to wait and see what they're like.
Look at these. So we have went for their signature classic soup dumplings, which I believe might have some shrimp in them. I'm not 100% sure. I was trying to translate the menu. It was a very rushed situation coming in, so I was just like, this one, and pointed and hoped for the best. They are flat out in here. So let's give these very famous dumplings a try. However, because we love spice, we need to get some chili onto them as well. Dumplings and steamed buns have become a real favourite of ours in this past couple of months. We have been eating them basically every day. These look super juicy. I did watch them pour oil over the top of them when they were all frying in the pan as well, so they're a wee bit greasy. Wow, so wait till you see the juice is pouring out of it. Like, look at the soup literally leaking out of that. How incredible does that look? I'm expecting it to be super hot and pipey because he has just taken them off the pan, so I'm probably going to burn my mouth. Probably won't be worth it though. Oh, not worth it. Oh, my face. Let's try again. Oh, it's so hot. Take 3. Take 4. 4 tries later, and we're in. And the flavours in that, oh my days, that is fantastic. They are packed full of meat. Look at the amount of pork meat in that. It's the fact they're so juicy. They're literally filled with soup, and that's the reason it's so hot. The soup's just piping inside. But that flavour is good. It's better than good. That is fantastic. Yeah.
I am going to watch and learn from Owen and make sure to give my dumpling a little air hole to breathe for a minute, but definitely is the soup that makes it so hot. Okay, so I think I know where we were messing up. I've been people watching because it's the only way to learn how to eat food properly is watch other people. And I think you put the dumpling into your mouth and then you suck the juice out of it, the soup out of it, and then you proceed to eat the dumpling, which makes so much sense. Like, why is it whenever you see someone else do something, you're like, it's so obvious? But I have one dumpling left, so let's see if I can do it correctly this time. So good.
No, is that actually what you do?
110% Yang's dumplings are worth the hype. And I know I said earlier that I didn't think that they are dumplings, but I just think they're Chinese style dumplings. They're not the typical type of dumplings that you would find in like other parts of Asia, but I still think they're dumplings.
We've come to the Nanjing area, which is a huge, big, long high street. Loads of big retailers, loads of wee traditional shops, different places doing food. But we're actually making our way down towards the Bund area, which is kind of the most iconic, typical skyline image of Shanghai that you could possibly imagine. But check this place out. It is incredible behind us. It's so built up, so busy. Look, we're just walking into all of these huge, big buildings as well. Wow, that is an impressive skyline. We can see the Oriental Tower, which is one of the most iconic images in the city. You can see a lot of the huge other big skyscrapers that are here. The river has loads of boats going up and down. I know you can do river cruises as well. There's different cargo ships. And this area is so busy. It's a beautiful big long promenade with people just absolutely covering it. It is close to sunset time as well, so I'm going to assume that's why there's a lot of people here, because it's recommended to come and check this area out during the day to get the view of the city skyline, and then to come back in the evening time to watch it all come to life with the lights coming on. So I think that's what we're going to do this evening, is try to watch it come to life.
Wow.
At 6 o'clock on the button, all of the lights have just come on. You can see the whole way behind me in the skyline here. All of the towers and the buildings have completely lit up. And down by the bund where we had actually started walking along this promenade, every building individually lit up just one after each other like that. And it was very cool to see. We've just been walking up and down here because it is just beautiful. Honestly, just looking at that backdrop behind me here, I actually can't believe that we're here.
Surrounding Shanghai is a number of very popular and well-known water towns, and what you're about to see is the reason you need to include a trip to at least one of these water towns on your visit to Shanghai.
Today we are going to this place.
Zhu Jia Jiao.
Zhu Jia Jiao is a place where ancient traditions merge beautifully with modern life. It's a quaint water town filled with twisting waterways, cobblestone streets and beautiful rock bridges where you'll find yourself fully immersed in a world of cute tea houses, century-old residents and lively market stalls serving up some local delicacies. Oh wow, that's really good. It's a living museum of Chinese culture, craftsmanship and history dating back as far as the Ming Dynasty in the 1300s, and it is truly an enchanting ancient gem nested within China.
And to get there from Shanghai, it's actually pretty easy. You just ride the metro the whole way there. So the main reason that people come to this town is to actually come and see the ancient town that is within it. And to get here, you have to go through some turnstiles, but it is free to come and just walk around. However, once you're inside the ancient town, there's lots of different paid attractions that you can go to. There's temples, museums, art galleries, gardens, different things like this. But to be honest, we're just here to walk around and take in all of the really beautiful bridges. So this is known as the Venice of Shanghai, and it has that name for obvious reasons. There are riverways that literally pass through this entire town, and down below me you can actually see some boats, and you can get lots of different little small boats through the town. You can get bigger cruises as well, but it has given me Venice-esque vibes.
The streets of the ancient old town here are filled with wee narrow paths, loads of stores. You can get clothes, you can get food, traditional items, and literally a wee bit of everything in between. Something we have spotted so far since coming to China is that there's tour groups everywhere. There's a group of kids, I'm assuming they're out on a school trip, just about to go past us right now, and everybody follows the wee flag, and there's always a wee megaphone, somebody shouting down it. It's just everywhere. But look at the many kids. One of them just told Ashleen that she's very beautiful.
No way! Wow!
Oh my god, the cat went for it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we have a question. We have just found these guys at the side of this wee shop. I don't know what they are. They look like they're fish because they're in a bowl of water and they have gills and they're kind of swimming around. But they also have legs, 4 of them. And they're kind of swimming and crawling at the same time. I don't know what they are. They're interesting. Is it a fish? Yeah. I'm not sure.
Kiss fish.
Oh wow!
I was confused because also have legs.
It's too complicated.
I have never seen a fish with legs.
Wow,
kiss fish. There's your answer, kiss fish. I'm gonna have to look them up. We've got a crowd now though.
我说你们那里有个
Yeah? 哎有啊。
有啊有。
So pork knuckle is really, really popular in this area, and there are literally stands the whole way down here offering lots of different types of pork. Owen has seen this lady over here pouring like the juice on top of stuff that's wrapped in what looks like banana leaf. So Owen's doing a quick Google Translate to try and figure out what it is, because I do believe he... Oh wow, look at this.
Wow, check that out.
Wow. It looks very tasty.
走油肉。
Well, what's your translate saying?
Ah, this is a pork chop.
A pork chop.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a pork chop.
Go for it.
Okay, I go on. Yeah. 谢谢.
There we go.
Chop bubbling like that. Look at that. Is it like the skin and the fat? See the skin and the fat still on it? It's very similar to like a pork lechon, I think, that you get in the Philippines.
But instead of it being crunchy, this time it's like...
Juicy. That's literally the full skin and the full fat there. Oh wow! That's amazing. That's very good. Yeah. Oh wow, that's really good, really juicy. You know what? Normally I don't like the fat in meat like that, but it's really, really tasty. Whatever the juice broth is that it's boiling in, has fantastic flavour.
The gravy.
And the gravy, and the meat is so tender. You can tell it's been boiling there for hours.
Wow, look at that.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna steal that wee bit there.
The sign said it was pork chop. I don't know if that's like, it's not like a chop I've ever had before. That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Try
Really
some of
good.
the fat.
收钱搭档站入
Whoa!
200块。
How good's that?
Wow. Really good. Yeah. Sheshe. Wow.
That's fantastic.
That was, I'm stealing that last bit.
Yeah. That's really good.
Wow. So we've just had a really good discussion with all of these school children. Hi. We were talking to one or two, and then in no time at all, we were surrounded by what looks like the entire class.
You guys are YouTuber?
Yes.
I should have picture with you.
Yeah, okay, come on. What is your name?
My first name is Tong.
Tom.
The children's Tong.
Tom.
Jeez.
Thank you.
No problem.
What's your channel?
So it's our names. So Owen
Owen.
and Ashley.
Ashley.
Yes.
Oh, have a good time.
Thank you.
Enjoy the view.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you.
We gotta go.
Okay,
Have a good
enjoy
time.
your day.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I think we're holding up the school trip. Bye.
Have a good day.
Yes, I've been to France. Yes. Getting busier as we're coming into the evening time as well, but Owen did tell me earlier that whenever it gets dark here, all of the lanterns turn on. It's a really, really beautiful place to come in the evening time. But so nice.
Wow, okay, so we have just found a full insect stand, I'm assuming they're for eating. We have scorpions, we have big spiders, witchetty grubs, cockroaches. I don't even know what this is. Is that like a mega centipede?
I'm gonna say that's a centipede of some sort. Wow.
Ah, trying different ones. Oh, wow.
And then a scorpion here.
Yeah, scorpion. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He's massive.
He's humongous.
Look at the size of him. 5.
50.
50. 50. All the same? No?
This is 10.
Ah, 10. So if you want a witchetty grub or a cockroach, it's 10, which is like £1 sterling roughly. Or if you want a scorpion, it's a £5. A £5 for a scorpion on a stick. No, I think I'm going to buy out this time. I'm going to top out of that one. No, it's okay. Thank you. This is a bit more of me here.
That is definitely a bit more you.
We've been walking around the ancient town area for about 4 or 5 hours now, and that is probably loads of time to come on your trip here. But if you are thinking about coming here on a day trip from Shanghai, definitely do it. We couldn't recommend it enough. The place is beautiful and it's such a nice way to get a tease into more ancient old school China. Now that we've seen some of China's leading cities, I think it's about time we checked out some of the country's outrageously mind-blowing natural landscapes. And to get there, we're going to try out China's slow-moving overnight trains.
So our train is departing from Shanghai South Railway Station and it is bloody huge, but we have got our food, our water, so all we have to do is find our train.
So before going through into the station, you have to go through a lot of security. It's basically like going into an airport. You have to put your bags through a full scanner. You have to get a pat down and a wee metal detector as well. And the good thing about tickets here is that you can buy them in advance online. So we have booked all of our tickets before coming to China. So we have a digital ticket, which should be super easy. So hopefully there's no issues here getting through.
Do you have the passports?
Yeah.
Note to self, you need to bring your passport everywhere in China. This feels very like Hogwarts-esque.
I was thinking the same thing.
The trains are really nice, like royal green, like a deep green, and like there's curtains on them. These tables even have like tablecloths on them. Very fancy. Yeah. That's what it is to be rich. We had no idea where we were going, so we walked in the complete wrong direction. We're actually at 14, the complete other end of the track. But I'm sure they won't leave without us. Okay, we've got our toilet, our ensuite over here. Okay, so I think we found the right one. I think we're 1 and 2, but we're gonna get cozy here. If someone moves us, we know we're in the wrong place, but for now, we're gonna call this home.
So first impression of the train, doesn't seem too bad. We have got 3 bunks in the wee area that we're in. There is no room, however, for our bags, and we have quite big backpacks, as you've probably noticed and seen here. And then we've got this big long corridor down the whole way down the side of the train. There's a few plugs out here, a few wee tables as well. We have one other wee older guy that's currently in our wee cabiny area, I suppose, so we'll give you a wee tour around it later on. We can't figure out what bed we're in, whether we're in the middle, top, or the bottom one. I'm pretty sure we're in like the middle of the top because I told the guy earlier on whenever I was changing the tickets we want like up. So I don't know. Maybe we'll wait and see like if the steward comes down and we'll try to figure it out.
But from first glance, we have a pillow, a sheet, and a blanket. Okay. And the hard bed actually looks quite soft. It has like a bit of a covering thing on it, so
I'm impressed.
yeah, not too bad. I don't see anywhere to put like food or drinks or like anything to like keep your stuff together when you're up there. But you never know, we could be hiding.
Are you going up or are you going middle up? Up.
Oh, yeah, let's go up. Oh, there's actually a little bit of space up here. So we'll go up, and hopefully no one moves us. Yeah, it's narrow, but yeah.
That's us off. We have just taken off right on time, so the trains actually seem to be running perfectly here.
So I thought it was about time we give you a room tour. So we are up on the top bunk as we showed you earlier. Kind of glad we are though, because we have a little bit more space. In here we've got a pillow each, quite thin but still really cozy. But the best part is this humongous duvet. This is literally a duvet you would get on like a double bed. It is so big, so thick, and really cozy. And this bed is actually considered as their hard sleeper. It's not hard at all. It's really soft. We've got a sheet here. Underneath the sheet we have a blanket, and underneath the blanket we have the actual pad, and it's on the hard bed itself. So all in all, pretty good. Well done, China. So it is time to give you a little bathroom show around, and it's going to be a very quick one because the bathroom is tiny. This is it. And you might be wondering, where is the toilet? It's underneath me. This is the toilet. It's a squatty potty, as you can tell.
there's a little handle down here to hold on to, just so that you don't climb back in. Sink here inside the bathroom, lovely mirror, hello everyone. And yeah, it's got everything that you need. It doesn't have toilet roll, so if you want toilet roll, make sure to bring that with you. But we have kind of learnt over the years that you always carry toilet roll. But yeah, this is the glamorous toilet. I do wonder though, do they change as you go up in the classes? I'm gonna say some of them do. Like maybe when you get to first class, it's a different kind of toilet. But for right now, it's I don't actually need to go to the toilet, thankfully, so I'm gonna make my way back out. Here we go. So this is the outside area of this bathroom. We have a really nice big mirror. We have 3 sinks. So if you need to come down, brush your teeth, give your face a freshen up, or brush your hair in the morning, you've got plenty of space, which is good. Then this is only on one side of the train cart, so the other side where we're actually staying, we're on the very, very other side of this cart. We only have a bathroom, but it has a sink inside, just the exact same as this one.
This honestly isn't too bad at all. Down this wee corner, there's a couple of wee narrow tables and pull-out seats. I've got my phone and all on the charger underneath. I've got a wee table here, tucking into a few of my snacks as well. I think this journey is going to be sweet. The train is very, very smooth so far. We've only been on it for about 45 minutes, but it is super smooth, very quiet as well. It's a nice temperature. There's actually a wee thermometer thing up there and it's telling me that it's 16.5 degrees. There's been a few people going up and down selling instant noodles, juice, snacks and things as well, which is a very good sign. And there's even a clock up at the top and it tells you how fast the train's going. There's loads of information everywhere. A lot of it's translated into English too, which is super positive. Nothing to complain about. Ashleen's already sleeping however, so like, I'm on my own. Alrighty, it's now about 10:30 PM and at 10 PM exactly the sure people who are working on the train came down and put off all of the lights, closed all of the side curtains and kind of pointed at me and was like, as if to tell me like to go to bed. So I waited for an extra half an hour to know even more work on my laptop, but I think I'm gonna call it a night there. One very annoying thing, however, our bed is right here at this door. It's like literally the first one in there, and this is the smoking area. Whether you're actually allowed to smoke or not, I don't know, but everybody's coming here to smoke, and it's just like going straight into the train, and it's just like all around our bedroom, which is a wee bit manky. So it's the only downfall I can come across so far, but we're gonna hit the hay for now, and we will see you in the morning.
Good morning. I had such a good sleep. The beds here are so comfortable. The quilt is super, super nice, but it's time for me to get up.
Looking good, feeling fresh.
Something I did discover last night before going to bed is that there's actually a hot water tap right here in the train, so it means I can have a coffee first thing this morning, which I am buzzing about.
I'm actually trying out some tea that we got when we were in Shanghai, and it is really tasty. It's rose tea, just look at that. So many tunnels. We're back out. Okay, so we have now got our bags all down, we are ready to go, and we have arrived at our stop. I think that was a success.
We have a big queue to get out, however.
We do have a big queue. I thought we could go this way, but we have to go this way. And I was definitely hitting people with my bag on the way past.
And we are literally at the exit door out here, so we have to go the whole way down the train carriage to get out, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But it is a beautiful day outside and things are looking positive. I have 2 bags, you have 2 bags. We have all of our belongings, I hope, fingers crossed. Checklist, passport, phone, wallet, toothbrush. Bags. We're all good to go. So I told you we're heading to check out some of the country's most outrageously mind-blowing natural landscapes, and I didn't lie. We have come to what might just be the most outstanding location in all of China. This is a masterpiece of nature.
Wow, wow, wow.
So surreal that it inspired one of the most recognisable and greatest science fiction movies of the 21st century, Avatar.
That is Avatar in real life.
But trust me, no movie can prepare you for what's waiting here.
Wait till you see this.
This is Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in China. This park doesn't just test your senses, it redefines them. So take a deep breath, steady your nerves, and prepare yourself to witness one of the most breathtaking landscapes this planet has to offer.
This is it.
Zhangjiajie isn't just a destination, it's a full experience like no other, and this is just the beginning. We have literally just arrived to the south gate entrance of the Zhangjiajie National Park, and straight away we can see the incredibly impressive mountains right in front of us. Up here, they are incredible looking. I think over the next 3 days we are just going to be absolutely breathless.
And not just breathless because of the views, we're going to be doing a lot of walking over the next few days. So to get into the national park, you have to come to one of the ticket stations here, or your hotel can buy it for you as well. But we've decided to come down to the ticket station because we've got in at like 1 p.m. We've just arrived on an overnight train, and it has really worked in our favour. We have seen so many pictures and videos, and the queue here at 7:30 in the morning when this ticket office usually opens is absolutely crazy. So we've come down. Owen is literally buying our tickets right behind here. Your ticket is valid for 4 days.
You get 4 days valid on your ticket. We went for just the standard ticket, and it was 454 yuan in total, which is like maybe about like £25 sterling per person. So they're actually quite inexpensive for what you get. 4 days in the national park.
Why not?
Within the National Forest Park, there's 4 main locations that you're recommended to go and check out. However, as we said, the place is massive, so there's much more than just this to see. But because we've come in a wee bit later today, we're going to focus on one location, and that's the Huangshi village, which is right up at the very top of a ridiculous amount of steps that we're about to start climbing up. And then once we get up there, we're going to have an incredible view out over all of the different rock formations. And then over the next 2 days, we're going to go and visit all the other main locations, and depending on how we get on, how much like the walking actually takes it out of us, and our time, we'll see some more of the national park.
What are we getting ourselves into?
We are going straight up. So we actually decided that we wanted to walk up all these steps and do a lot of hiking and walking over the next few days. However, if you're not up for that and you want to come here and have a bit more of a relaxing time, there's loads of cable cars throughout the whole national park. They go up and down to the main peaks, the main villages, pretty much all the main locations that you're going to want to visit if you're coming here. But we just decided not to do that, and for multiple reasons. The first one, the ticket for the cable car is double the price of the entry ticket. And we decided we love hiking, like we do a lot of hiking anyway, and I couldn't think of a more beautiful place to go for a couple of long distance hikes. But the main reason we decided not to get the cable car ticket, we know of and we have seen online and read blog posts and things about people waiting ridiculous amounts of time to get the cable car. We know of a couple that waited 2 hours one day to get a cable car to the top of the mountain, and we were like, if we're going to wait 2 hours on a cable car, I would much rather actually go for a hike, go for a walk. Even if I'm going to be out of breath and sweaty, at least I'm staying active, I'm doing something. It's really warm here in China at the moment anyway, so even if you're waiting for a cable car, you're still going to be sweating, you're still going to be kind of uncomfortable waiting in a queue. We have quite a large monkey friend. I think it's the first time we've seen a monkey in China. We've seen loads of signs also saying that if you see monkeys, just to hold on to your belongings, that they can be a wee bit aggressive here.
Do you want me to go first?
No, I'm a big boy, I've got this.
Kind of freaking me out. Yeah, but he's wicked too. No, I don't like him, he's too big.
The monkey was not bothered, he was just doing his own thing, chilling out, letting people pass by. He looked a wee bit lazy too, to be fair, he was yawning away.
Holy smokes.
Oh my days. Have you ever seen a view like it? That is well and truly worth the walk up, even though it's hard. That, my friends, is mind blowing.
That is Avatar in real life.
These views, it is just...
I think the fact that you can just see out across it all, like there's nothing that towers above the other, it's all kind of a similar layer of like level.
From where we're at the minute, we have a full like 360 degree view. It's just absolutely spectacular.
And we couldn't have asked for a better day. Like, look at those skies. Hopefully they stay that way for the next few days. Fingers crossed.
And way down there is where we've started this morning.
And now we're all the way up here.
We've just made it back down to the bottom of the steps where we started the hike up this morning. And it is busy here.
Everyone is making their way back to the south gate here because I do believe the park itself is closing very soon.
I think it closes around 5:30. It's around 5:10 at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find a shuttle bus back to the wee village area where we're staying. It's about a 25-minute journey. I can't remember how to pronounce the name of the village. It's this place right here, begins with a W. And then from there, we might grab a wee bit of dinner, and then tomorrow we're going to check out the rest of the national park. So we'll see you then. Good morning, it is day 2 and we are heading back into the national park, and today's the big one. This is the main reason we have came to this area and to this national park. We're going to be going to check out the TNC mountains, which is the real life Avatar mountains, or the mountains in the area that actually inspired the movie Avatar. We're heading in through the East Gate today, which is literally right in the wee village town area that we're staying in. I keep calling it a village or town, but we actually put up the drone this morning and it's much bigger than I thought. It looks like a mini city, to be honest. But this is the gate right behind us, this big beautiful kind of pavilion looking building. So we're going to bounce in there now, and I believe today we have a lot of transport to get.
And we're about to enter into the national tourist attraction.
I must say everything's really well organised. Literally once we come through the entry gates, there's loads of buses just pulling in here that's taking you to different locations throughout the park. We've decided that this morning we're going to go do a cable car first thing. We didn't buy the cable car full all-round tickets yesterday, but you can pay for them individually, as we've already told you. So we're going to do one today, and it's going to take us over the main attraction, which I'm sure is going to be epic, so make sure you stick around to that. We're going to get a bus to that location now.
Okay, we made it somewhere.
We know where we're at. We're at the cable car entrance.
Two. We have to go in that one. Yeah. You thought he was giving the sign? I
thought he was doing peace.
No, he was saying he needed 2 people.
I was like, peace man, peace bro.
And this is why we wanted to get this cable car. Just look at these views.
This is honestly ridiculous. The views here are, I know I've said it once, I'm going to say it a million more times, but they're scandalous. They're out of order.
My ears keep popping.
Wow. You're up a serious height here as well whenever you're looking down. I'll tell you something, I'm glad this isn't like a glass floor, because the height here is serious. Oh, beautiful. That was the most outrageous cable car I've ever been on.
We have been on a lot of cable cars out here in Asia, but that one, without a doubt, tops them all.
That's the winner.
That tops them all. So this is the Commander's platform and the Arrangement's Battle platform, and I am so glad that we got off here. The only reason we knew about this was because the staff at our hotel told us about it, and it is impressive, like so impressive. We'll actually leave a link for the hotel that we've stayed in down in the description below, because the place is amazing and the help that they have given us is amazing. They give us a map and we have like scribbled all over it. If you have a map for places like this and it's not scribbled all over, I think you're doing it wrong.
Wow. Wow.
So we've decided to hop in one of these wee golf buggy type of things.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
And we're heading to the fields in the sky, which is literally, I think, what it says in the tin. A couple of
Fields in the
fields
sky?
that look like they're floating in the sky. But it's one of the other main 4 locations to go and check out in the park here. So of course we had to come and see it. I feel like today we've been on a lot of different modes of transport. We were told by our accommodation host this morning to get like an electric car when we were inside, and we didn't really know what she meant.
I think it's gonna be this one.
I'm pretty sure this is it.
Yeah.
I think this is what she was referring to. So we've been on plenty of buses, now we're in electric cars.
But we've covered a hell of a lot of ground
So
for that
much.
reason, because of that.
Yeah, so much ground. So we'll check these out, and then we have to head the whole way back to where we started this morning and where we got off the cable car, and then we're gonna walk down the mountain because I feel like we haven't really done
We've missed
that much walking
section.
today.
Yeah, we haven't done that much walking, and we fully missed that section because we took the cable car out.
Yeah,
So.
and we did come here to hike. We've got on our hiking gear. We want to do a bit of exercise, so it'll keep us active. So we decided not to record our journey back down the mountain. We walked for a long time, but the views was pretty much the same thing, which was absolutely spectacular. We're back in the wee town area now. We're very close to our accommodation, but the night market I was referring to earlier is right in front of us. So we're going to take you for a wee show around there and pick up a wee bit of grub because it's been a while from a vet and we're a wee bit hungry.
This is such a vibe. Like everybody, it feels like everyone's come to this area, whether they're just walking around, whether they're picking up some food, some fruit, a wee drink, and the music is going.
This is also the first time we've seen a proper night market like this in China. There's loads of markets everywhere in China, but we haven't come across one that's more kind of Southeast Asian vibes. It nearly feels like a night market in Taiwan even.
A lot of markets are like made-up markets or indoor markets or
Yeah.
underground markets, whereas they're not just like out on the street like
Pop-up
this.
market kind of style,
Exactly.
yeah. And this is the first time we've come across it. And we love this type of market, so it's wicked. As Ashley said, it feels like everybody has come here, and this is the main location to stay at whenever you're visiting the national park.
It's the most accessible. You can
Yeah.
stay in the city and then come out, but then you have that journey to do every day that you want to come
It's
to
a
the park.
bit of a journey, whereas literally the east gate that we went in through this morning is right over here
there.
behind us. So this is the most accessible place to stay, which is pretty sweet.
But we found this little stall that had this eating area around it, and they had an absolute treat for us. We are going to sit down to a steak and noodle and egg dinner. Very random combination, but I am so excited for it. It's 20 yuan each. And yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Shishi. Wow. Oh my lordy. Look at that. On the menu, it literally says that there's loads of different cuts of meat, but we went for a sirloin steak, noodles, egg, and there's even some onions in there and plenty of peppery sauce as well. Well, what a way to finish the day.
As Ashley said, this was only 20 yuan. That's like 220 sterling. It is for nothing. Like, where in the world would you get a steak, a sirloin steak, for 2 quid? This market is relatively small, but the whole town, the whole village area is just really nice, really good. And you're probably going to stay here, as we said, coming to the national park. We're going to get stuck right into this steak, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 3 in the national park.
Everything we read online about coming to visit the national park said you needed a minimum of 3 or 4 days to get around the entire park. But I do think if you're stuck for time, 3 days is the perfect amount. You could do it at a push with 2, but you obviously just have to prioritize the places, the main places that you want to go to. But it's definitely somewhere that you should put onto your China bucket list for sure.
And we're starting off by walking down the Golden Whip stream, which is this beautiful wee stream right beside us. I think it's about 7.5k in total, but we're only going to do maybe about 5k of it. And it's gorgeous. The water is crystal clear, and as you can see, there's loads of kids out fishing in the water as well. What have you done?
Nothing. I'm stood in poo.
Get all that poo out of your shoe. We can confirm it was not her own poo that she stood in. It was, hopefully, an animal's poo.
Why did we need to confirm that? This is your friendly reminder to watch where you're walking when you go off path.
The steps today are taking it out of me. It's literally just steps and steps and steps and more steps and more steps and more steps. There was actually a much easier route for us to take today, believe it or not, and we opted not to take it. The tallest elevator, the tallest outdoor elevator in the entire world exists right here in the park. And it takes you the whole way up to the area we're currently climbing the whole way up to. But we opted not to do it because even though we wanted a quiet, kind of chill, relaxing day, we felt like we did need to do a wee bit of exercise. We didn't do as much walking yesterday as we anticipated, so we thought we'd get a wee bit more out today. We seen the elevator from a distance yesterday and it did look wicked, but it only takes like 1 minute and 20 seconds to get to the top or something like that. And it's about a tenner each, and we thought we'll go for a bit of a walk, why not? I'm maybe starting to regret my decision.
Who doesn't want to look like this though? Sweat pouring down my face.
What we didn't know we were going to be doing today is going across a few bridges. This is only one of them and there's a few more coming up according to the signs, and they are facing right out over the mountains that inspired a lot of Avatar. This is the Heaven Mountains?
This is the Heaven, I believe, yeah, the Heaven Mountains, wow. But this is scary. Like,
yeah,
actually,
the bridge is scary, I'm not going to lie to you, because it's at an incredible height. Wait till you see this. Like that, my friends, is ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've got a bit of jelly leg going on, and it's not just because all the walking we've been doing that has like hurt the legs, but like the height's giving me a bit of jelly leg too.
There's one pillar sitting right in front of us, and it's a standalone pillar, and you can literally just see it going all the way down.
The whole way to the base, the whole way to the top.
Into the forest.
Wow, they're They're just over 1,000 meters, I don't know exactly, but just over 1,000 meters in height from the ground the whole way to the top of it. And to be able to see that in one rock formation just going the whole way up, I've never seen a few like that before. Seen plenty of mountains, climbed plenty of mountains at that height, but never have I seen just one structure just the whole way up like that. What an incredible view.
And fun fact, that pillar that we were talking about is actually named the Avatar Mountain. So after the first Avatar movie came out, they actually renamed it because this entire park has inspired the Avatar movie. However, I think that one was the moment.
The main one, yeah.
It was the moment when they seen it, they were like, this is it.
Yeah, it's also called the Heaven and Earth pillar. I just called it the Heaven pillar. It's the Heaven and Earth pillar. But the whole Hallelujah Mountains in the video, or in the video in the movie, were inspired by this location. We thought it was the place we were at yesterday. As I can say, the whole national park did, but it's specifically
that
this
one.
area and that pillar.
But how could you not come to this location and be inspired? Like, no matter where you are looking out, it is just impressive. This is like no other landscape we have ever visited. And I don't think anywhere will ever compare to it because it's just so unique. We made it back down. We literally got the bus and no more, but what an incredible 3 days it has been. I've said it once and I will say it again, get this on your bucket list. This is a must visit place here in China, and we've literally just spent the last 3 days here and I still can't believe that this place is real.
We're now heading further south to another one of China's most popular stop-offs for visitors. Guilin is known as a must-visit location for any traveller coming to China, and it's known mainly for its outstanding natural beauty. And we're starting out our journey at the Elephant Hill, which is right behind us, one of the most iconic locations in the city centre, and it's also a beautiful natural location. So what a better way to start our day. Elephant Hill, or Xian in Chinese, gets its name from this very unique and interesting rock formation, and it actually bears a staggering resemblance to an elephant that looks like it's dipping its trunk right into the Li River that runs straight through Guilin.
It's an elephant band!
You enjoying them? What is meant to be one of the most fascinating features in the area is the Water Moon Cave, which is a cave that sits right beneath the elephant's trunk. Throughout the years, it's been said that whenever the moon shines on the river from this location, the reflection creates a magical scene.
No way.
Yeah, this is it.
And as Owen said, we have made it inside the trunk. We were just following a crowd. We didn't even know where we were walking to. And we're crossing over to Love Island, which is meant to be the best place to go for an angle off the elephant trunk itself.
Well, we already got the best view. Big step. I was able to put the drone up there in the air and I got an amazing view and some incredible shots off the elephant trunk actual rock. So I think we've beat everybody to the best view already.
But we have to come to Love Island as well. Look at the rainbow! And as we're walking over towards the Love Island, there's loads of water pistols the whole way along here that loads of children are playing at. But as they're scooting out the water into the river, you can see a rainbow just shining through. It looks so beautiful. We've decided to come over to the Sun and Moon twin pagodas that you can see right behind me.
These pagodas symbolise harmony and balance and are quite an impressive and beautiful sight to witness. They may look pretty much the same here, but the Sun Pagoda, which is on the right hand side, is actually slightly taller and is made entirely of bronze, whereas the Moon Pagoda on the left is constructed of glazed tiles. With only 6 meters of a height difference, the Sun Pagoda is actually the tallest bronze pagoda in the entire world, standing at a total of 41 meters high. Normally you can actually go inside the pagodas and make your way to the top to get a panoramic view of the area, or go between them using the underwater tunnel that connects them, which was our plan originally, but unfortunately by the time we got there they were actually closed. So we thought, let's hit the streets again, go check out some of the markets, see what all we can find, and maybe pick up a few more wee snacks along the way. We just love food after all. Okay, yes. So we're starting off our street food snacks this evening with this. It is a baked bread with braised pork and pickled vegetables on the inside, and it's baked inside this lovely cylinder looking like a barrel nearly. They're using a wood fire underneath it to actually cook it, and it smells and looks delicious. I've had plenty of things like this in the past, but not this particular one. So here we go. Oh wow, tasty. So the vegetable, as you can see, is very dark in colour. Definitely pickled, there's a bit of a ping to it. However, that is quite tasty. The meat's quite juicy. The bread's slightly chewy, but in like a really nice way. And then topped off with some sesame seeds. I think we're off to a good start.
And we have now made it to our last destination of the day, and that is the Zhongyang pedestrian street. And now that we've made it here, the street is literally lined with street food. So I know we didn't eat that long ago, but we're gonna try some food while we're here, so don't judge us. Very much so feels like we're walking down the main high street area here. There are literally shops either side. Do you see the sushi?
I know, the sushi looks so good. Oh, look at the mango here.
China, you're back at it again. Here we have got a chicken leg that is literally stuffed with rice, sweet corn, peas, and loads of spices, of course. But inside this juicy looking chicken leg, brilliant. Let's give it a bite. Wow, that is so tasty, and you put loads of chilies on top as well. But I think this is where we're gonna finish the evening.
A very short drive away from Guilin is another one of China's most captivating destinations.
Welcome to Yangshuo. Known around the world mainly for its striking rock formations that look like something straight out of a fairy tale or an adventure movie. It's a place that has drawn tourists and creatives for decades, so we thought it was about time we came and seen it for ourselves. From the buzzing scenes on the West Street to the surrounding ancient towns, the place is beautiful, and our trip was filled with peaceful moments, but also what might just be our biggest mess up and mistake in this country yet. And let's just say it has something to do with renting a bike for the first time here in China. Yangshuo is actually part of the Guilin prefecture and it's only about an hour and 15 minutes of a ride away from Guilin city. Based off all the research we'd done about Yangshuo before coming, we just knew it was this stunning location surrounded by loads of beautiful rock formations, that the Li River runs straight through it, and just got loads of stunning scenery. What we didn't realise is that it's actually so built up. It's like a wee mini city in itself. I believe if this was anywhere else in the world it would be classed as a city, but whenever I actually googled it there to double check, they classed it as a small tourist town resort here in China, and I can tell you something, it is not a small town at all. This place is massive.
One of the most famous rivers here in China is the Li River, and it runs right through Guilin and through Yangshuo here. And the Yangshuo area is meant to be one of the most beautiful sections of the Li River, and that is because of all of the karst formations that you can see around it. They are absolutely stunning. And we have found a lovely little spot here on the bridge that we are just chilling out all by ourselves. So we're gonna sit down and take in the scenery for a while. So this area is actually quite spread out, so the best way to get around is actually by renting an e-bike. So we have found a spot here, Owen's inside doing a bit of negotiation, finding out what the price is, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have an e-bike and we will be on our way. Yes, look at this.
We have helmet. Yeah. I didn't know what to say, so helmet.
So we have just got the e-bike and it was only 40 yuan for the day. We have to have it back by 9 p.m. later on. We did also have to pay a 200 yuan deposit, but we'll get it back when we come back with the bike. Obviously, just have to have some security measures in there. But we have got this beautiful little blue bike and we've got some helmets.
Safety first. She gave you a pink one, look at
Yay.
this. Come on.
Okay.
This could be entertaining.
Entertaining to say the least.
Okay, well hold on for dear life. I haven't rode a bike in maybe about 2 months. Haven't rode an electric bike like this ever, I don't think. There's no noise out of it at all. It is nippy. And this is the first time I've ever drove a bike in China, so wish us luck, lads. I'm gonna go down straight now.
Yeah, let's do a test run around the neighbourhood.
There we go. Give it a few moments and we'll be grand. Oh.
This is actually really, really nice because it's so hot at the moment that we'll be able to see so much more and not be sweating like pigs the whole time.
The main reason it's so popular to rent an e-bike here is so you can head off and explore more of the rock formations and the beautiful natural areas surrounding Yangshuo. But it isn't the only reason we wanted to get a bike. A short 30k drive away sits the ancient town of Xingping, which is actually another hotspot for visitors in the area. So that's the direction we're heading in today.
Gotta hold on to my helmet or else it's gonna blow off. We have just made it to the entrance of the ancient town area and it is busy. There's traffic everywhere. We're queued up and everyone's trying to get you into like their car parks. Must be like for paid parking, but we are literally surrounded by all of the rock formations. It looks really, really incredible. And we have made it to the ancient town pedestrian street. We parked just at the other side of the river and now we are right in the middle of everything. There's loads of different shops going on here and there's just a lot of people.
Throughout our visits to China, we've realised that these ancient towns seem to exist across most of the country, and they're all pretty similar, to be honest with you. Usually they're all very touristy, filled with cute little shops and restaurants, and are quite busy. But still a nice place to come and have a stroll around. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. But this ancient town in particular does have quite a few very unique things about it, which we're going to come to very shortly.
And we couldn't come to Xingping without coming to check out the location that is on the 20 yuan note. And that is this right behind me. There are so many girls out on the lake at the moment actually getting photo shoots done on the bamboo rafts. And this entire area is just so picturesque. This area is also famously known for the Kimura fishermen, which are these guys over here with the big beards. Basically, traditionally, they were fishermen and they went out and fished all day long. However, in the more modern times, they don't actually fish anymore, but instead they rent out their bamboo rafts for people to do photo shoots on, and they also do a little bit of modelling in their spare time. Two of the oldest fishermen in this village have actually featured in the National Geographic themselves. And something quite unique about these fishermen are that they carry these birds with them. They're called Komora birds, and that's where they get the Komora fisherman name from. But they're these strange black big birds that they carry either side of their raft. And to me, they look a little bit evil, spooky, but cool all at the same time.
As the sun started to set, we made our way back to the bike and started the drive the whole way back to Yangshuo in the dark, which ended up turning into a pretty unforgettable situation and what is probably our biggest mistake in China yet. So the drive from the ancient town back to Yangshuo was about 27k, and it was very interesting to say the least. Our per-wheel electric bike just didn't make it the whole way there. We got about 15-16k down the journey, and then the battery completely died out, and we were like, what the hell are we gonna do? It is like pitch dark, we had no lights, it was all like uphill as well, and we had no battery, so the bike wouldn't even like go anywhere. And thankfully some like lovely man stopped with us and pulled in at the side of the road, and he was able to like translate over his phone. He was like, if you pay me, I will help you. And Aisling had to turn around, sit in the back of the bike and put her feet up against his bike, and he was driving behind us and just like forcing us along, and he drove us the whole way to the town. And honestly, without him, we would have been snookered. Like, we would not have made it back. I don't know what we would have done, but that was the most ridiculous situation. And like, we've been in some like stupid bike like situations where like we've done silly things, we've like ran out of fuel, but like I think that absolutely like tops the list in terms of like stupid things that we've done on the bike, and we're so happy to be back in the town, but what an experience. Don't do what we did, don't make our mistake.
As Owen said, we are back in Yangshuo, and we are currently making our way over to West Street, the West Street pedestrian area, and it is crazy, filled with people. There are literally people everywhere. There's people out selling things, there's people out walking, there's people at every corner.
This is bonkers, lads. And like, we've seen big crowds all across China this time around and over the summer here, but I don't believe we've seen it to this extent. This has to be the most extreme.
There's a swarm of people in front of us. It's a giant panda!
After spending the night in the West Street, we woke up the next day to hop onto what is going to be the fastest train we have ever taken.
Today we are travelling at over 250 kilometers per hour on China's high-speed bullet train, and you're gonna come with us.
And yes, you heard Aisling correctly, this train moves at over 250 kilometers per hour. And believe it or not, China actually has faster trains again. But today, this bullet is our chosen method of transport for this journey and will be our fastest ever train to date. Okay lads, our train has arrived. The trains here have a very distinctive look on the front of them. They have a lovely big like long round nose. They're very, very cool. With charge 14 that has just drove past us a wee bit down here, so we have to keep moving.
Time for a little room tour. So in here we have got obviously your seat. You've also got a little sit down table. In front of that, you've got a little pouch as if you're on the airplane that you can store all your little bits and pieces in. Each end seat also has like a little nook here that you can kind of hang your jackets off and stuff. And then there's also a wee thing on the wall as well up above. As you've seen, that's where your bigger bags go. And then there's loads of space down here for all your extra bits and pieces. And one of the best parts about these trains. Bear with me. You can lie all the way back like this, and it's honestly so comfortable. So if you want to have a wee doze, a wee sleep, easy done. Relaxation.
It's pretty goddamn good, I'm not gonna lie to you.
We've got coffee and we've got bread.
We'll come to learn it later on.
Starter. quick little toilet tour as well. So on the second class trains, sometimes you get a squatty potty, sometimes you get a Western style toilet. In the carriage that we're in currently, it is a little... It's a squatty potty that I nearly went inside of. And then you've got your sink in here, a mirror and everything else. But I'm gonna have a walk up to the other cart to see if it's a Western style toilet or a squatty potty, because sometimes you get a mixture, especially in the second class trains. I was a little bit surprised to find this one, so yeah, here it is. Okay, well that didn't take me very long. I literally walked to the next train carriage. I think I was calling it a cart earlier, but the train carriage. And this toilet is a Western style toilet. I actually believe I seen another toilet just on up a little bit further that was a squatty potty, Asian style toilet. So it means that you've got the choice. So it just depends which train carriage I guess you're in. So if you're not fond of one, you can go for a little walk and find the next one. But this one's the exact same. We've got a little sink here, a little mirror. Hi everyone. And yeah, everything you need. And then right behind me here, you've also got like a little shop area, so you can get hot meals, and you can also get like snacks, crisps, drinks, and everything like that. And it's over here. And then this man also goes up and down with a little cart, so you don't actually have to come to this part, but you can if you want to walk around. This train journey has been so lovely as well. The scenery, woo, in between all of these tunnels of course, is amazing. We are going through a lot of tunnels, hence we're going through a lot of mountains. We get to see a lot of the countryside. It's so green, there's trees everywhere, but then we come into these big major cities, and then we go past other high-speed trains, and I mean the impact whenever you're going past them, it's like you can feel it in the on the train. But looking out here, it's just been really nice. And just like that, we have arrived to what is known as China's cyberpunk city.
Chongqing is one of China's biggest cities, but we only have 36 hours to explore as much of it as possible. It's known as many things: the city of mountains, the city of rivers, and also one of the most futuristic cities in China. So we're here to see what it's all about. We have a jam-packed itinerary, so let's get going.
One thing that we love to do in every place that we go to is just get lost. Go for a nosy, go down all the different alleyways and see what you can find. And we have just found this super cute little area, lanterns all over it, little cobble streets, loads of restaurants and shops, and it is adorable.
This is honestly beautiful. I can't believe what we've just walked into. Not what I expected in such a mega city. Feels very like traditional, kind of old school, not really the modern kind of vibrant city that I was expecting. Oh, it's lovely. What a nice welcome.
And I just seen a sign to see where we actually are right now, and we are on Shabati Old Street. So if you are coming to Chongqing, definitely recommend coming here. It is very cool.
As we told you, the city is known as the City of Mountains, and there's a good reason for that. It is built literally on loads of different mountains at loads of different heights and levels. Like these buildings behind me look massive, but because they're built on a slope and on a mountain, they look even bigger again. The whole city is just gigantic. It is so big. The buildings are crazy in height. But where we've come to at the minute is a super interesting area. It's the Lu Square, I believe I've pronounced that right, and we have just walked over from the road right over here onto this ground level part, but wait till you see what we're about to look down on. If I'm in the right place, which I'm pretty sure we are, down below us is a big drop. Let's see. Holy smokes. Wow. We have just walked from the road over here, as I said, on like ground level, and down here there's 22 floors down the side of this building, so you can literally walk from the ground straight flush on the ground and then see down 22 levels. It goes to show you how high and how big of a slope this place is built on. Nuts.
No, that is insane. Like I thought when we were in Hong Kong that city was like all up and down. This is like on a whole other level.
That is crazy. And you've got two wee bridges here as well that you can walk over. Wow, I'm absolutely blown away by that. This was one of the things I was really looking forward to seeing coming here, because I've seen loads about this online and I can see what it's all about. It is cool, man. I've never seen anything like that before.
It's just such a contrast. Like it's actually ridiculous. And like This building doesn't even look like it's a big building. Like, I was just like, oh, there's nothing special about that building. These buildings are huge. No, this building is probably the biggest in this entire area. "22 floors up." Well, you wouldn't need to be scared of heights anyway. But it is time to move on to our next destination, and how we're getting around is by the metro. We used it flat out when we were in Shanghai and it did not let us down. So when we came here, we got ourselves a 1-day pass. You can just like pay as you go if you want. You can get a 1-day pass, a 3-day pass, but our 1-day pass only cost us 18 yuan. So it's metro time.
Do the metro dance. Do the metro dance. Turns out we were actually in the right location and we didn't actually have to use the metro at all, so we have come back out now after playing on the stairs, of course, and it's raining, of course.
It's raining, we went the wrong way, but we're here.
But I think we have to walk maybe like 10 or 15 minutes in God knows what direction to find the location we're looking to go. It is getting a wee bit darker now, but that doesn't matter because this next place is meant to be beautiful come the evening time as it's covered in lights.
No, it's okay, thank you. That's okay, thank you. So we have now made it to our next location, which is the Hongya, or otherwise known as the Hongya Cave. And it is a really, really unique piece of architecture here in the city. It again looks like a temple from the outside, but it's actually not. It's made up, oh, it's very loud here. But it's made up of 11 different stories. There's hotels, there's retail shops, there's loads of other things in there, I'm sure. But there are so many people here and there's so much going on.
A lot of the people walking around here are trying to sell like photo shoots where you can get dressed up in traditional clothing, get a full photo shoot with I was going to say the temple with the Hongya in the background. There's also loads of older ladies going around with pictures on their phone of like the temple, let's say it again.
It's not a temple.
The not temple, from the other side of the water where you can get an amazing view from it.
So we like to see entrance is free, but it just goes to show how busy this place usually is because it has its own queuing system that is huge.
Yes!
Free!
Free entrance!
One of my favorite words of all time.
Free! But look at this place, man. It is lit up like crazy and it is wicked. I feel like I'm in Vegas or something.
It's literally like a Christmas tree or something. This is one of those places that you see pictures of online, but you never expect what's actually inside once you get there.
I'm having the best day ever.
Oh,
wow, look at this. I'm guessing this is partially why it's called the cave.
Wow.
How cool is this? And then they have this big waterfall feature going on here as well. An amazing view out over the city. You can see all of the lights in these huge big buildings across the water. And then just floods of people everywhere down in the ground here. You can also see there's loads of cruise boats that are going up and down the river as well, and they are jam-packed also. I'm in shock.
Chongqing in general has really, really impressed me.
The first day here has honestly blown us away. The place is beautiful. The crowds down here, this part of the river, are also mad. It is just crazy how many people are out and about here. We're going to go and get a wee bit of dinner, and then I think we're going to head back to our accommodation for the night, and we'll pick this up again tomorrow because we have a full jam-packed day full of activities then. So we'll see you then.
Bye. Yeah.
Good morning from China's biggest city. This morning we're out getting a wee bit of breakfast and we're going for something very traditionally Chinese. We have some sailong baos and some steamed pork buns. So we've just hopped out of the metro station, but the next place we're coming to see actually is the metro station. This behind us is the Elizabeth station, which is a metro station that runs straight through a 19-story residential building. So this building right behind us, there's like hundreds of people living in, there's shops, different wee places you can go and see inside it. And then this is the metro line that runs literally through the middle of the building. It's absolutely wild. I've never seen a metro station that runs through a building like that. I don't know if that's something that exists anywhere else in the world either. And I'm telling you something, I would not want to be living in that building. Surely it has to be noisy. I was reading online that the building only opened in like 2005, I think it is, and that the whole thing was built as one piece, so it was planned to be a residential building and a metro station all at the same time. You can actually see the trains about to run through here at the minute. What do you see going up here? The metro just going through. This is part of the Green Line number 2. Look at that, man. That is wild. As I said, I would not want to be living in that building. But I did read as well saying, and the thing I read online said that the building has been made like a lot more soundproof than any normal building to kind of reduce the amount of vibrations and different things. Hello. Ni hao. There's also loads of random people here who are dressed up, painted, and they're just bopping around like that dude you seen there. Hilarious. Oh, that was so funny. She's cracking up here. Like,
I literally was like, no, I can't come.
I was like, there's like a monkey man beside me. I was like, what's going on?
I seen him sussing him out from over there. He was like, he literally was giving me Grinch vibes.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay,
It's okay, thank you. People selling umbrellas, a wee bit of everything. People sell you anything in the street here.
So busy here.
It is, and even more kind of funny is that this part where we're actually standing across the street from the building, this is like a purposely built like pedestrian walkway, standing place where
Kind of
people
like
can come and get
viewing
photos.
destination,
A few in deck for the apartment building. That's wild though, isn't it?
It's so strange, but so cool all at the same
So
time.
cool, so glad we've come to see it, but this is a quick stop off before we go to the next place.
So if you've been following along on our channel, you'll know that we love to go to parks and different green spaces when we're visiting big cities. But today it's not because we want to see the green space, it's more because we want to see the view that you can get from up here. It is insane.
So you don't just get an incredible view out over one part of the city from this park, but you actually get a full 360 view out over the entire city. There's a tower right in the centre of the park that you can go and you can climb. We think for free. We don't know, there was a wee turnstile gate, but it was open, so we just walked in anyway, and we've made it up to the top of the tower now, and we can see a full 360 around us. And you can see really clearly how the city is built on different heights. There's some parts that are a lot lower down near the river, some parts that are built obviously quite high on the mountains and the hills. It is a very wet and grey kind of evening, so unfortunately the views don't go that far. I could imagine on a clear day it would be incredible, but from what we can see here anyway, it's just wild. Like, I don't know if we've ever been in somewhere that has been this built up, this many big high-rise buildings. Hong Kong's the next place that I can think of in comparison to it, but even this I think tops Hong Kong. It is mental. Mental. We've come back over to the Hongya that we spent last night in, only this time we're not inside it, we're over on the bridge getting an incredible view of it right behind us.
Look at that in all of its glory.
It is beautiful.
But 36 hours here in Chongqing was just enough time to see everything that we wanted to. Now, you definitely could spend a lot more time in this city.
Easily, you could spend a lot longer here, but we've seen all of the main attractions, which is the main thing. Now that we've Chongqing ticked off the list, it's time to go and see something we have been buzzing to see for a long time. And these guys are truly a staple here in China.
The giant pandas are the national animal here in China, so it only felt fitting that while we are in China, we go and see some giant pandas. Ah!
And the main place in all of China to come and see these giant pandas is in Chengdu, which is in southern central China, so we have made our way the whole way across the country to go and visit these big cuddly beauties today.
So we actually arrived at the city yesterday and we spent all day yesterday just exploring the city. And when I say everything is panda inspired, the buildings, the cars, the buses, and you can buy every kind of panda merch. So of course, I got myself a new panda bag.
Panda bag!
And I love it. It is recommended to come to the panda base quite early in the morning because that's when the pandas are meant to be the most active. However, we have been reading a lot of reviews online and people are saying that the pandas are just as active in the evening time. But we have arrived here at 9 AM. The park does open a lot earlier than that, but we were tired, so I wanted to be on my best form for coming to see the pandas, so a little lie-in definitely helped with that. But to get here, it is really, really easy from the city. You literally hop on the pink metro line and ride it all the way here to the Panda Avenue. And yes, that is the name of the metro stop and it is fully panda inspired, which is fabulous. You come out of the metro and then you hop on a panda shuttle bus. It is only 2 yuan each and then you're here. I see our first panda. He is just over in here and it looks like he's sleeping.
Look at him. He's having a wee nap. Look at him go, look at him go.
It's the tongue hanging out. Oh, big stretch. Roll over, roll over. It looks like he's gonna roll off the platform.
Our first giant panda. I'm hoping there's going to be many more to come today. There is supposedly over 230 giant pandas in this conservation park. And this is only one, so hopefully there's many, many more to come. He's currently doing a big poo.
A lot of poos.
As we're watching.
A lot of poos. That's what all the commotion is about. And it's yellow.
Bright yellow. So basically a panda's diet consists of solely bamboo. As far as I believe, they're not fed anything additional here, they just eat the bamboo and
there you go. It produces yellow poo.
Bamboo goes in one way and comes out the same the other way, doesn't it? Just a wee bit more yellow.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. At times I'm not even catching the pandas because there's that much of a crowd, but it is incredible to just watch them through other people's like phones and like screens. Oh my goodness. That's so good.
It was as if he was like loving the cameras. He came out, he had a wee peekaboo, he showed his face, turned around, went back in, and then he came back out and he just kind of plopped himself down right in front of everybody and sat and waited for a few pictures and then he took off.
Ni hao.
Wow. So the spaces that the pandas actually have here are massive. They have so much room. They are closed in the sense of like obviously it's a place where people and tourists come, so it has to be closed in to a certain extent. He's just walking past this big panda here. But they have so much room. It is fantastic to see. There's so much green and growth in all the wee areas, a couple of wee water ponds for them to drink and play.
They also have like houses that they can go inside.
They do. They're called villas here, so they're living in luxury. I think there's 6 villas, six or seven maybe?
6 panda villa, like giant pandas, and then they also have red pandas here as well.
Even though it is a conservation area that focuses mainly on the giant pandas, as Ashley said, they do focus on other endangered species here in China also. So they have the red pandas, they have different types of black swans.
They have different monkeys as well.
So there's a lot of different animals you can come and see here. Oh my god, he's coming back over to us.
He's up a tree. He is up a tree. We didn't see him get up the tree, but he is up a tree. Oh, I wish I seen him climbing up there.
You just want to go and give them like a big cuddly hug. They look so soft, so cozy, so huggable. Whenever this park opened in 1987, they only started off with 6 giant pandas. And obviously it's a breeding and a research park and they're trying to preserve the giant pandas here because they were on the verge of going extinct. They now have over 200, it's like 230 something pandas they have here in total. So you can see the work over the years that they've been doing. It's obviously been paying off. They have multiplied the population of the giant panda here by an enormous amount, which is incredible to see. They also do lots of research into the pandas, find out more about them, to learn about them. And they take such good care of them. I read so many things about this place before coming, and like the care and the love and the nurture that they give these pandas is amazing.
And there's one final location on our China journey, and if you're a foodie just like us, then this is one that you do not want to skip out on.
Xian is one of China's 4 great ancient capitals and home to the starting point of the 4,000-mile-long Silk Road. It's become one of China's most visited locations, and we're here today to see it for ourselves. We're starting out at the city's famous wall, which is right behind us, which surrounds the whole old city. And we're going to go in and have a wee explore, see some of the main sights and attractions, and eat our way around the city because the food here is meant to be incredible. Wow, wow. Oh, wow. Whoa.
Oh! What's down here? Whoa! There seems to just be food on every corner. Like every shop is a restaurant. Whenever we're down these kind of streets, there's so many food stands, just one after the other, and I am loving it.
So the reason we accidentally found that main crazy high street area is because we were following our map to this, which is the Xian Bell Tower right behind us here. It is beautiful. It is meant to be the largest and the most well-preserved bell tower in all of China. I can't remember exactly the age of this one, but it is absolutely ancient, and it's right in the center point of the city here, between an intersection with 4 main big like roads leading into it. So it's very, very busy, and there is a stunningly colorful flower bed the whole way around it, filled with pink, yellow, green, purple flowers, and it is impressive. It is gorgeous.
But we're walking into a really nice little area here, like cobble streets everywhere, and there are a lot of people dressed up, so I'm gonna guess this entire area is gonna be a lot more authentic feeling.
So the last tower we seen was the bell tower, whereas this tower here is the drum tower, and you can see the whole way around it there is huge big drums displayed the entire way around the tower. So we might see, can we get up around this one? This is the Muslim quarter that we've come into in a minute, and this is meant to be like a street foodie heaven, and it looks like it is. There is street food on every direction that I'm looking. There's loads of good bread, really good smells. I can see steams coming up. I can see fire coming from some of the hot pot areas. It is wicked. So we're gonna go for a walk around here, maybe pick up a snack, and then we'll see about going back to the drum tower, because this has just sucked me in at the moment.
From one busy food street to another busy food street, there is so much happening. I think I know what I want for food.
This dish right here that we have come in to try is a very traditional food here in Xian. It's a poam wa, which is basically like a stew. What it is stale pita bread stewed in a lamb broth with big chunks of lamb throughout it, and it's also got what looks like a glass noodle and some scallions in it as well. It looks and smells great, and like all Chinese noodle dishes, it comes in a big portion with this big bowl. And this dish comes in 2 different styles. You can either get the bread in the broth and in the lamb stew itself, or you can get it where you actually break the bread up yourself and put it in, and then after you break the bread up into the bowl, you can give it back to the staff in the restaurant that you're in, and then they will add the additional ingredients. I was so excited to try this whenever I learned that this was a dish. Loads of bread. Oh wow. Wow. Wow, the meat's so tender, really juicy, just falls apart again. This actually feels like a very homely dish for me. It feels like something that you should get in Ireland, back where we're from. Whenever I was younger, I used to have a lot of soup with bread that I would dip in, or I'd break the bread up and let it soak up all of the soup and the goodness as well. And that's essentially what this is. It's bread broke up into a soupy kind of broth with a wee bit of meat and noodles. So it feels very familiar, even though I've never had this particular type before. Wow, it feels like a bit of homely.
Everywhere where we have been in China so far, there have been bikes everywhere, and city bikes at that. So today is the day we're gonna try and get them. We think we have to download an alternative app, but we think we can pay by WeChat. So Owen has just scanned the QR code.
I'm trying to figure it out, but obviously everything's coming up in Mandarin, so I'm gonna need to take Ashley's phone to translate it over. But it looks like it should be relatively
Easy.
easy. We rent bikes any chance we get. We just love it, and it's a beautiful day to go for a cycle, so we thought we'll give it a shot.
Well, I've decided to just take a seat on said bike while Owen tries to figure it out. But it's not so bad. We have a pretty decent view here. As expected, we're having some difficulties because we don't have a Chinese phone number. We have eSIMs while we're here at the moment, and most places, like even at the hotels when we're checking in, they want to know our phone number, but because it's not a Chinese SIM, we just don't give it over because it's no use to them. But we'll wait and see.
Well, that was just incredible. We literally couldn't figure out the bikes. We were trying to use our WeChat, which is our scan and online barcode thing to pay. It wasn't working for whatever reason. We tried so many times, and this lovely guy and girl came over and tried helping us out. He spoke a wee bit English, she didn't really, and they were trying to help us for like 20 minutes maybe, and we were just going round in circles. Nothing was working for us, and then he just turned around and scanned them on his phone.
Thank you.
How do we pay you?
No pay.
And he's like, I pay, you take and go. So he's got the bikes for us. What an absolute gem. Well, there's crowds of people everywhere, but what an absolute gem of a person. That just goes to show you, man, the people here are amazing. Like, that guy doesn't know us. We literally just met him 20 minutes ago whenever we decided we were going to try to get the bikes. He doesn't know where we're going. He doesn't know anything about us. And he's paid for them for us. Like, that is just incredible. And I'll tell you something, it's been a while from I've been in bikes, and I feel a wee bit wobbly.
Yeah, we're definitely not the sturdiest on the road right
No,
now.
I feel a wee bit all over the
In like
place.
5 minutes we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm all over the place here at the moment, like. Our safety wing insurance might be needed sooner rather than later here, lads. Beep, beep, out of my way, excuse me.
And look at that, we have made it to the city wall. So now we're going to cycle around the city wall for a while and see what we find. I don't think we could have picked a nicer day to go for a cycle.
No.
The sky is so blue, the sun is out.
It is beautiful, and the old city here is just gorgeous. It is a lovely atmosphere.
It's so peaceful.
Really peaceful. It's kind of strange because there is somewhat of a like European feel to parts of it as well, which is very unusual. This part of the city is completely walled in as well. So we're currently cycling alongside this massive wall. I can't remember exactly how long it is. I was reading about it earlier. I'll put it down in the bottom of the corner of the screen here. But if I remember correctly, it's something like 8.5 mile maybe, and it's a full square around this part of the city. The part of the wall we're cycling around at the minute is the inside part, but on the outside part of it, there's actually a full moat that goes the whole way around it as well. And it is beautiful. We walked past it this morning. There's some lovely gardens, some lovely paths and walkways around it, and the colour of the water is actually really, really nice too. We did debate on going up around the wall whenever we were over at it as well. And then we said, you know what, we might come back in a wee bit later on. We'll go check out another area. Now we've come into this area. I just want to spend the rest of the evening here. There's so many good smells. The food looks incredible. I want to eat loads more things. Whoa! I nearly went over.
I think that's it. We have taken them back to the yellow box where the man told us to. Owen has locked his bike, and my bike should automatically lock itself. But I'm so grateful to that guy for getting the bikes out for us. That was so much fun cycling around, but it definitely was getting very hectic in there. So I think we're better off just walking, and we can see a lot more that way as well.
The sun is dipping down now. It's coming into the evening time, and it feels like there's more and more people hitting the streets, and it's getting a wee bit busier and busier and busier. And everywhere here is selling grub. Like, it's all food. No matter what direction I'm looking, it is food, food and more food. This is the number one dish I have been most looking forward to all day. These are sour and spicy dumplings, and as you can see, this is a hefty portion. They had two sizes, they had a medium and a large. We went for the large, which has 36 dumplings in the bowl, which is incredible. They were only 20 yuan as well, so they're very, very inexpensive. They are stuffed, and I mean plumply stuffed, with beef, garlic, chives, and then they're poured into this big bowl of steaming hot broth, which consists of sesame, chili, garlic, and oil as well. There's some sort of oil in it. I can't remember exactly what type of oil. And then there's a wee bit of basil top and top as well. And it just smells amazing. The aroma coming off it is great. I can't believe the size of the bowl. Let's give them a go. Whoa, oh my god. It hits the back of your throat. There's a wee kick of the sour, but it's not as sour as I expected. The flavour is really good. And the actual texture of the dumplings as well, it's got like quite a slimy consistency, but it is still really, really nice and fine. I believe as well the actual outer filling of the dumplings is hand rolled, and a lot of places here use machines to make like their surrounding for the dumpling. I'm not sure what you would refer to that, the shell, the skin, but they're all hand done here. And as you can see, this place is extremely popular for this one dish. Everybody here is eating this, and I can see why.
So deep in colour. I'm gonna go for a one biter, just like a one. You can tell that is fresh dough. Is it dough? Whatever it is, you can tell that that is homemade and fresh. As on all of the tables, they have some garlic, but nothing to cut up the garlic. So I'm guessing you just literally take a bite out of it. So I'm gonna, never done that with garlic before. Really good, but I'm definitely gonna have bad breath.
We have ate, we have walked, we have cycled.
And we have overate.
So much food, and every part of it was amazing. And visiting Xian here has been an unbelievable experience. The city is wicked. It is such a vibrant vibe.
So cool. And as the evening's going on, it's just coming to life. There are so many people, but
it is busy.
I think there's too many people, if I'm being honest.
So we're going to call it here. We'll come back over to the bell tower, and you can see it in the background glowing. It is just gorgeous, and what a beautiful way to finish your trip here in Xian.
Bye! And I just wanted to take a really quick moment to say thank you to everybody that has been following along for this Chinese series. We have had an absolute blast, and we have loved making all the connections with all of our new Chinese subscribers and subscribers from all around the world. So if you are not one of those subscribers, hit that button down there and join us! Join us!